Bruh! Hold on. Welcome back. My name is Trey Herrera. For those who are new, we are in the garage today, and I've been having this dilemma of the GTO is too quiet. Going from a supercharged setup to where you got long tube headers, X-pipe, exhaust. The car is loud, and then with the turbo setup, it's so completely opposite. I feel like the turbo really muffles the GTO quite a bit. And the BMW sounds more mean than the GTO, and we can't have that. They gotta be of equal value. So before we get into it, let me show you the BMW. She's looking way more aggressive. I'm super hyped with how the BMW is coming out. We got a whole lot more plans for the BMW. We're gonna be getting loose in this thing. Now, for the GTO. The GTO is single turbo setup. It has a 4-inch downpipe, and it splits off to dual 2.5-inch exhaust. Right? It's pretty much the same catback I was running on the supercharged setup. With the turbo, you can't really hear, number one, I don't hear the turbo enough. Number two, the exhaust is only loud when I'm in boost. And if I'm not in boost, it's not very noticeable. It actually reminds me of a stock GTO. And that's all good and things, but for me, you cannot have a modded car without hearing it and sounding nice. So, and I am not the sleeper type of person, so we are gonna try to straight pipe this. Now, okay, so as you guys can tell, that thing sounds crazy. This not so much. So we're gonna do something about it. But let me give you a before. Now on camera it's gonna sound probably more aggressive than it is in person, but it is what it is. This car sounds way too mellow. We're gonna change that today, and hopefully it sounds as good as I think it will. There's one. And in case you guys are wondering, yes, I got stands under there. Alright, let's see what this guy sounds like. Dang, it's still not loud. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Like, I'm pretty talking normal. Oh! So I definitely thought that was one way to go about it, but it's still not that loud at all. Alright guys, I'm gonna lower the car down. Maybe it'll vibrate off the ground a little bit or something, but it's definitely like not loud. little more obvious. Still not like super, super loud. Like I said, I just want to hear turbo noises. And I'm sure any of you guys who have a turbo car would just want to hear turbo noises. All right, guys, we're gonna go around the block real quick. You know, you just gotta test things out because it's hard to figure out what you like, what you dislike. I know I really like my long tube header sound, so the turbo sound is quite a bit different, but more noticeable. The only difference is like with like this setup versus when I had like long tubes and stuff, you could feel it in your chest, and like now it's a little raspy. I'm not sure that I like it, but I like more sound than not because with those two mufflers, they're a bullet style muffler, and this car was hella quiet. It's so raspy. So raspy. Team no traction too. By the way, guys, I'm working on getting a new drag setup, so can't wait to show you guys that. New drag setup for this thing, and we'll be ready. They're doing a track rental like end of March. That'll probably be like the safest time to do a track rental in Colorado because the weather might be okay, it might not, we'll see though. But yeah, this thing is more noticeable, but it's still like, I don't know how I feel about it. I think if I had a bigger muffler or maybe just a single exhaust, it might sound a little better, but I can't tell right now. Like, I don't like the raspiness for sure, and there's not many like turbo LS car videos out there, so it's kind of hard to figure it out. Usually everybody does the hood dump, and the hood dumps I think sound okay, but they sound like trucks because there's not any exhaust length to the system, unless you have like a twin setup. It would be a little different, but I'm not really sure. I do like the added like cruise sound, but wide open throttle didn't sound very very promising. So it did add more sound when I got on it, but it has this raspy sound that I hate. I absolutely hate. So I don't know what to do now. Most likely I will put these back on. This is not going to be permanent whatsoever. These mufflers will go back on because I could deal with how it sounds on those, but maybe I try a different muffler, or maybe a smaller muffler to give me a little bit more sound. To be honest, I don't really even think it's that noticeable, but you know, driving down the block, I'm sure it is. It's because, you know, you got a 4-inch exhaust and no muffler. But yeah, it's crazy. The sound is not what I expected. It's definitely not like a long tube headers car with no exhaust, because those are just vicious loud, but definitely a different sound. Not what I'm used to, but you guys let me know what you guys think.